people who were on shows like Super Nanny, World's Strictest Parents, or Scared Straight, what was the experience like? My parents signed our family up for World's Strictest Parents when I was 15 and didn't tell me until the night before filming. They packed my bag and said we were going on a trip to teach me some discipline. I thought they meant like a family vacation or something. Boy, was I wrong. We showed up to this farm in rural Texas where I'd be staying with the host family for a week. The cameras were already rolling when I met the Walkers, this super intense couple who looked like they hadn't smiled since 1995. They immediately took my phone, laptop, everything that connected me to the outside world. Mrs. Walker told me I'd be getting up at 4 a.m. every morning to milk cows and do farm chores. The first day was brutal. I'm from the suburbs, I'd never even seen a cow up close. But I played along because I figured it was just for the cameras and they'd edit it to look dramatic. What I didn't realize was how controlling these people actually were. They made me write these long essays every night about my bad behavior and why I was a disappointment to my parents. If I didn't write enough, they'd make me start over. Mrs. Walker would scream in my face for the smallest things. Like if I smiled too much during chores, she'd say I wasn't taking it seriously. If I didn't smile enough, I was being disrespectful. The host's dad threatened to break my phone even though production had already locked it away. These people were obsessed with breaking me down completely. On day 4, there was another teen there named Brandon, who got locked in a tool shed for 3 hours because he talked back during breakfast. The cameras weren't rolling when it happened. I could hear him having a panic attack in there, hyperventilating and crying. That's when I realized this wasn't just about making good TV. These people were genuinely messed up. That night, I convinced Brandon to help me sneak into the production van parked outside. The crew always left it unlocked because we were supposedly being watched 24/7. Inside, we found boxes of unlabeled tapes with footage they'd shot but weren't planning to use. We started watching some of them on the monitor. There was video of Mr. Walker grabbing a kid by his shirt collar and shoving him against a wall. Another tape showed Mrs. Walker making a girl eat spoiled food as punishment. They had footage of kids crying themselves to sleep that they'd filmed through bedroom windows. This wasn't discipline, it was straight up abuse that they were hiding from the final edit. When the producers caught us in the van at like 2 a.m., they freaked out and demanded we hand over the tapes. I told them absolutely not and that I'd call the police if they tried to take them from us. The head producer started threatening to sue my parents, saying we violated our contract by accessing production materials. I didn't care. I told them they could edit me however they wanted, but I was keeping these tapes as evidence of what really happened. Brandon backed me up even though he was terrified his parents would kill him. Production shut down filming 2 days early and made both our families sign these huge NDAs. They said if we ever talked about what we saw on those tapes, they'd sue us for everything we had. My parents were furious with me for embarrassing them on national TV. The show still aired 6 months later, but my segment was completely butchered. They edited it to make me look like this spoiled brat who learned nothing from the experience. They cut out all the worst stuff the host family did and made it seem like I was just being dramatic about normal punishments. People at school saw it and thought I was this horrible kid who couldn't handle a little hard work. The comments online were brutal. Everyone was saying I deserved worse treatment and that my parents should have left me there longer.